Welcome to another segment of My Generation, a podcast sponsored by and in collaboration with the South Shore Senior News, a monthly newspaper that connects seniors and the sandwich generation on a monthly basis. My name is Doreen Legg and I'm your host. This segment is recorded and can be found along with other segments on southshoreseniornews.com. Today, it is my pleasure to speak with Mike Long from Homecare Express, located in Hanover. Is that correct?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, great. So I know your company because I ran senior living communities, but a lot of people may or may not know kind of how you started and how long you've been doing this important work. So tell us about it, Mike.
Okay, so I'm Mike from Homecare Express in Hanover, Mass, just like you introduced me. Thank you. We started in 1999. My parents started the company. I've been here for 17 years. So we do medical supplies. So hospital beds, wheelchairs, and all that. So we've been around for a while. Good.
Excellent, excellent. So so I think, I'm not sure people really understand. Do you also have another business too?
Yes, so Mass Bay Medical Supplies is our hospice division. So we do hospice care as well as private payment. So home care is our retail. So most people will know us through home care, and that's our non-insurance medical supplies. What I mean by that is we don't bill any insurance. We just got out of the insurance side of it. It was too much of a hassle. And we do private pay. So you can come in, you can rent equipment from us, you can purchase equipment from us. And when you rent equipment from us or buy equipment from us, we service it ourselves. So it's a good cover-all for everything because we offer that extra service where if you buy a piece of equipment from me and it breaks down, I will take care of it for you.
Excellent. Okay. So, we talk about medical equipment and people might be thinking about a whole array of things. Well, why don't you kind of give us an idea of, a pretty normal order for during the week? I mean, what are people mostly looking for? They're calling for you. And they're, when I did run senior living community, we used to use you all the time. And it was a hard call to make for some folks, because mom couldn't go upstairs, so she needed a bed for the first floor, and then that means the living room was jammed and the stress was going on. So you must have to deal with a lot of that emotion as well.
Yes, it's never an easy decision, and and one little thing before I start this, I get a lot of calls and I'll deliver something and I'll go pick it up and the person will be like, I hope I never see you again. And I go, I understand that, but we do everything. So like, say, example, a hospital bed. So we will rent a hospital bed. So someone might say, and even I had a knee surgery and the doctor told me not to do stairs for a few weeks. We can get a bed in there for that. Or it could be, yes, mom or dad is declining and they can't use the stairs anymore. So we'll get a bed out there. We'll put it downstairs in a safe area so that we don't have to worry about mom and dad going upstairs. And also with the hospital beds, you can do half rails or full rails, so you can also keep them in bed comfortably. Nice. We also do other stuff like a bedside commode, so they can go to the bathroom next to the bed without having to go to the bathroom. But we also have adapted parts where you can put stuff in the bathroom to make it safe, to like a raised toilet seat or a shower chair in the shower. So that's rental, that's good, keep in place. We also do a lot of lift chairs, which are called gurney launches. And those are the chairs that you hit a button and you rise up to sit up into the chair. That's why they call it, I don't know, some old show had that. It's that old joke, a gurney launcher, and it's the grandma getting ejected out of the chairs. It won't happen with our chairs, but it's a funny thing. And then we also do scooters and a few other things. But you can definitely check out our webpage if you want to look at more of that.
Right. So what are the tops, what are the top sellers, in case people are listening to this and thinking, oh, I didn't realize that you could buy or you could rent those. So kind of give us an idea of your basic product, your product line.
So my top seller and the thing that people like the most of are lift chairs. They're like a lazy boy recliner that stands you up. They're really well built, good quality. They come with a 7-year prorated warranty, so it's covered. The first 2 years covered 100%, and then from 2 through 4, you have to pay shipping and another couple in a prorated rate on the parts. But that's a big thing. I get a lot of times people go, how much? This chair's a lot more. And I go, well, go to your local store that you get a chair from and ask them to cover it for 7 years and see what they come back with a warranty cost. And then
Right.
you'll be doing better off with our chairs. Plus, you get me going to fix your chair instead of you call a big company. They're like, oh, well, yeah, we'll get our parts department to get in touch with you to repair it. No, I will repair it myself, or one of my guys will. We also have walkers, rollators, which is a walker with a seat, so that if you're walking, you get tired, you can lock it and turn around and sit down. In wheelchairs and transport wheelchairs.
Right, right. So I was at the airport a couple months ago, and they actually have wheelchairs for people, they can call ahead and do that kind of thing. But
Yep.
they're just really used temporarily. So
Yep.
you do the same thing. I mean, you offer rentals for just short term. Is there any kind of length of time people need to
So
stay within?
wheelchairs, we do all our things have a weekly and a monthly rate for rental. So you can rent something as short as a week. Our wheelchairs we do for 1 day at a time, but a week in the daily rate is pretty similar. So most people just end up doing a weekly rate, but we do have weekly and monthly for all our rentals.
Okay. Do you also get involved into modifying anything, like modifying the bathroom with the grab bars or anything like that? You don't get involved in that?
I don't do any of that because that involves like actually having a contractor on hand and all that. We don't do that.
Right. And I would think liability too, a little bit, right? Because it has to
Yeah.
be, absolutely. So
Yeah.
how far is your area?
I don't have like a set thing that I do.
No, of
Basically
course not.
South Shore, like all the South Shore, we go down to Plymouth, the Brockton area, like
Mhm.
we're in Lakeville today. So we cover a pretty wide, mostly Eastern Mass. So like
Right, right.
southeastern Mass.
Excellent, excellent. So really in the area, because I know again, when we needed help, you were there, which was terrific,
Thank
kind of
you.
local. But your competition in the area in terms of, brick and mortar,
Yeah. There's
are they further into, and I know there's a company in Belmont, Massachusetts, but that's
Yeah. That's
yeah.
not about that. They don't come down here. I don't go up there. There's not too many companies around here that do the same thing. I mean, there's some pharmacies that will do some of the same stuff for us, but they don't deliver and they don't do rentals. So in terms of like companies that do this, like maybe one or two other companies around
Wow.
here, but they're further away too. Like in the South Shore area, we're the only one around, really.
Right, right. Now, when there's going to be a large event, say some kind of a large event, maybe at Lombardo's or whatever, do you get calls for a large amount of supplies, or is that more onesie twosies with families purchasing or renting?
It's mostly families and one, two off. We can do that if someone has a big job like that. I have plenty of equipment to do that, but it's not something I typically do, but I can definitely work with someone for that.
Excellent, excellent. And how about delivery? Do you charge a delivery for as well?
Yes, in my normal delivery area, it's $50. It's not too bad. That includes delivery to the house, setting it up in the house in the spot you need it. So it's not like some of the, like if you buy something online, you go, oh yeah, they drop it at the end of your driveway and they're like, okay, see you later, have a nice day. No, our guys will go in, they'll set it up in the house and they'll go over you, if it's like a hospital bed, how to use it, how to operate it, the lift chair, they'll show you how to use it. They'll go over it all, make sure you know how to use the piece of equipment before they leave the house. And we're available too. So if you call, I will answer the phone and I'll walk you through it on the phone.
Well, that's got to be really one of the biggest things that differentiate you, right? Because people can purchase items now on Amazon and these large companies, and sure, they'll come fast, but they're going to come in a box and they need to be put together, right?
Yeah, like the scooters, when they come like to me, they come in like 6 pieces, 7 pieces. You have to put it all together. So I've people, oh, I can get it there. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Well, and then I've had people call me after they bought something online going, I can't figure out how to put this together. Can you come by and put it together for me? I'm like, yeah, but I have to charge you a fee for that. But if you just bought from me originally, I'd have it all done for you. But yes, so
Yeah.
I've had people call me to put together hospital beds that they ordered online because it comes in 6 pieces. And then they look at it and they're like, and there's no like, the instructions on them aren't that good on how to put them together. And plus I've been doing it for 15 years. So I go in and I snap it together in 2 seconds. Like, oh, that looks easy. I'm like, yeah, it's because I've done it a million times.
Isn't it funny how people will say that? They'll say, boy, you make it look so easy. It must be easy. No, it means you know what you're doing.
Well, it's the old saying that they do it about people like in like arts and like stuff like graphic design. My sister graphic design. It's like, why are you charging me $200 to do this graphic design? It took you 15 minutes to do it. It's like, yeah, but it took me 20 years to build up
learn
the
how to
thing
do
to
it.
be able to do it in 15
I
minutes.
love
So
it.
it's the same thing. It's like,
Yeah, no.
that's that same principle.
No, but that's very special. You know, that really is special, you know. So you charge for delivery. However, you're setting it up. You're showing them how to use it. You're there. If it breaks down, you might pop over and spend a couple of minutes making a repair if it isn't right, or make an adjustment.
Yep, yep. We will do it, and we're pretty flexible with like um working with you. Like I'll troubleshoot it on the phone, but I will go out, and if it's in your first warranty, like the first year, especially with the lift years, you're covered 100%, even if I have to repair a part, because the part of the warranty covers the labor for the first year. So that kind of stuff, it's good because I can just go out and do it, and you don't have to worry about the extra cost of it.
Right, right. So I think, you know, when we think about this kind of equipment, we, you know, it's sobering, right? You know, you're hurting, could be end of life. It could be, you know, someone who had a stroke and they don't know what's going to happen. But there's got to be some heartwarming stories that you've been involved in.
Yeah, there's a few. I mean, the one I kind of tell you the joke earlier about like, I hope I never see you again, but they do it in good jest. But there's also like, I've had a lady come in, a girl come in and go, I want to rent a wheelchair. And I said, okay, it's a week. This is the price. She goes, okay, I'll grab it. So she grabs it. And then she came back 2 days later with the chair. And she's like, thank you so much. My mom and me wanted to go to a concert and we weren't sure how we're going to get there. And if we weren't able to get this wheelchair, she wouldn't have been able to go because how far it had to walk. And she had an amazing time. And you guys made the day for us. And that kind of stuff makes me happy with this type of job. It's not always
That's
fun
really,
stuff, but that's a good one that really, okay, I'm doing something good here.
that's fantastic. That really does differentiate you. I mean,
Yeah.
Amazon already has that smile on the box, but we don't know if they're really smiling.
Yeah.
And you are.
Yeah. You can actually see me smiling when you come in.
That's right.
You know, you can't do that with Amazon.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. So you kind of gave her an opportunity to go to an event, you know, to bring the chair.
And
Yeah,
we've
you
done graduation time, we get a lot of wheelchair rentals as well. Grandma's coming in from Florida, see the grandkids graduate, so they want to get a chair to go there.
I love that. I love that. Yeah. So now who's your team of people that work there?
So it's myself, my mother, and then we have 2 full-time drivers, a warehouse guy that cleans all the equipment as soon as it comes, sanitizes all that stuff, which we went through the roof during COVID, having to deal with that. And then my sister works a couple of days a week with us too. So we're small, but we can get everything done. That's how we can be quick, because we're able to work around and work with people to get stuff out pretty quick.
Absolutely. So what is your address for folks to hear?
So we're at 10 East Street in Hanover. It's on the corner of 53 and East. So if you're going down Route 53, you can see us. We're off the road, but you can see us basically between McGee Toyota and Starland. So we're in
your
website. It's homecareexpress.com.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you, Mike. It's really, you know, these are the things people don't know. It's a whole world behind your business. You know, you're taking care of a real need. And then there's this huge emotional component, right?
Yeah.
And you do have, and you're, this is a real person to person business. So, you know, there's a lot to it. So you have to be the typical expression people person, but you really do, don't you?
Yeah, I do. And it's funny you say it's a product that you don't think about. I've been at this location since 2008, and I still have people walking there going, I had no clue you're here. And I'm like, because you never needed us. So you're just like, oh, well, that's Homecare Express. But once you saw it, it's like, oh, I know that building. It's right there.
You're so right. You're so right. Yeah, so this was terrific. Is there anything else that jumps out at you that you want to share, either something that's coming up, or any new products, or just anything that comes to mind?
No, not right now. Actually, I am, and maybe if I say it on there, I'll actually do it. So I've been thinking of doing a product of the week segment on my Facebook page. So if you follow us Homecare Express on Facebook, I will do like little short reels of each product of the week so that you can see a product, actually see it, because it's one of those things like I have a piece of product, you're like, what is this? And then we have this little tool that you put in the door side of your door in your car. And it turns like where your door shuts in the car into a handle. No one knows what that is, but if you see how it works, you're like, oh, that's actually pretty good. So like, I'm going to start doing videos like that in the future. So keep an eye on my Facebook page.
All right, we're going to hold you to it, Mike.
Okay. Yeah. Hit me up if you don't see it in the next few weeks and say, Mike,
That's
what's
right.
going on?
We'll track you down. Thank you, Mike, so much. Thank you for joining us today. What a pleasure to meet you and learn about your business. I wish you continued success, and it is important work you're doing. So it's really an excellent business. So thank you. To our listeners, this segment was recorded and can be found along with other segments on South Shore Senior News. Please reach out to us if you have suggestions for a podcast topic. We are always looking for great new information. I'm Doreen Lang. It's been a pleasure to meet you all and share this with you. See you next time.